Well, right now we're taking a look outside from our Hollywood beach cam where we can all plainly see that it is not a beach day, not one of our finer moments here in South Florida, although some folks are out there getting a little bit of a walk-in on the boardwalk.
Well, I hope they make it home in time because you don't want to be caught in those storms. We saw the consequences of that yesterday. If you don't need to be out, stay inside. Words to live by. Brandon Orr, what do you say?
Good advice. I take that and run with it today because we have more storms rolling in. And you know how fast these storms can roll in. It can be sunny out there at the beach, and before you know it, you got thunderstorms right overhead within minutes. And that's what we have moving in from the west. After all of this rainfall yesterday, the highest total we could find, 25.91 inches of rain in Fort Lauderdale, a record-shattering rainfall that we saw yesterday. And this is why we saw it. We had a big southeast wind coming in, pretty decent over the water, hits the coast and slows down. We call that coastal convergence. It slows down and starts to turn. So you have all this moisture kind of piling up along the coast with nowhere to go but up. And that's when you get those big explosive thunderstorms. There was a warm front coming out of the Keys. There were many things that came together at just the wrong time to produce thunderstorms that sat along the coast. But that coastal convergence kept this phenomena from happening farther inland. It was just there along the coastline, that storm that just did not move. It took until it was almost midnight by the time that storm fizzled out. And now look where we have the storms in almost the same areas that we dealt with yesterday. This is Broward County getting most of the thunderstorms. A big one. Lots of lightning starting to push in from the west, and it's now starting to push into some of our more populated areas. Heads up in Weston. I'm watching radar. I'm seeing some pretty strong returns here about to cross 27 into parts of Weston. A lot of neighborhoods there could pick up on some strong gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour at times. Some small pea-sized hail occasionally will be possible. There's lots of lightning with this and a little bit of weak rotation. Nothing concerning, but we'll see if that tightens up anymore. This is over Weston and it's headed east along 595. Eventually all of this, when I play it in a loop, you can see how it's kind of moving to the east. So heads up in Fort Lauderdale. These storms are headed there next in the next couple of hours, and our model has been spot on with this. So it has a good idea of how things will play out in the future. Here we are at 3 o'clock. Look where the storms are. Right on top of Broward. Looks exactly like radar, doesn't it? This is by around 4 o'clock. Some of these may try and move into northern Miami-Dade. So northern Miami-Dade and Broward under the threat for the strong to severe thunderstorms as well as the flooding for today. And this is by 8 o'clock. We're starting to thin the rain out. The sun has set at this point. The thunderstorms are losing their fuel from the heating of the day. It may be a little stubborn to get a couple of these to fade away, but I think by 10, 11 o'clock, we are doing much better. So now through 7 o'clock, it's the main severe threat, even though a couple of showers could linger a little bit behind that with the strong winds, the hail, and that isolated tornado threat. In terms of additional rainfall, we could see small pockets of significant rainfall. That's going to be 2 to 4 inches, if not some locally higher amounts. It's not going to be for everyone. We'll have to see how that sets up, but the way it's looking right now, it's going to be in some parts of Broward that see the heaviest of the storms. Here's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning looks fine. Looks like we're not going to have any rainfall. Easy morning commute, able to clean up a little bit. After about 1, 2 o'clock, so very similar to the storms today, we're going to get these going in Broward and northern Miami-Dade, same areas, and some of those could be pretty heavy. And then Saturday's the day that I don't think we're going to see that same type of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Perhaps a stray shower. I left rain chances at 20% to cover that. It's going to be a hot and mostly dry day. That is going to be the driest day out of the next 7. More afternoon showers and thunderstorms. It's like the wet season has arrived early here in South Florida next week.